What's up everybody, I'm MDW and this is the first in a series of 3 videos I'm going to do based on one of my most very famous franchises, the Guyver series.
What the hell is that?
Hey guys, welcome back, thanks for joining me. So yeah, this is the first set of videos I'm going to do based around a specific franchise, which like I mentioned before is the Guyver series. So the Guyver series was an animated series that hit the UK on VHS back in the day, in the 90s. It's based on a really popular Japanese comic book series, and the design of the figures and everything just absolutely enthralled me when I was a kid. So I'm going to give a quick rundown of the history of the backstory of the Guyver and why I like it so much, and then I've got 3 figures I've had for quite a few years now, quite rare figures, from the Figma Max Factory Biofighter Wars series. And I'm going to review each one of those and just kind of span them out over a whole week. So we have literally like a Guyver week of reviews of the figures here as well, and just generally my thoughts of the series. Okay, so the reason why I like it so much, when I was a kid, you're into your monsters and your cool looking stuff, everything like that. And to say, manga was pretty brand new at the time. I'd watched a couple of animes before, so I'd seen Akira and I'd seen Vampire Hunter D when it first came out. And the Guyver series was around that same time that I was exposed to. And of course, cartoons coming out which are 15 rated, there's blood in them, there's people dying in these cartoons, you know. Obviously we've been, you know, blessed with Thundercats and, you know, all these other great cartoon series, you know, Action Force and Centurions and Dungeons & Dragons all through our lives in the 80s, the 80s children. But we haven't really seen anything where it's like, oh, that guy just ripped that guy's arms off, there's blood everywhere, and he's swearing in it, and there's boobs in a cartoon series. So yeah, when manga hit the UK, you know, it was just, I mean, I worked in a place at the time which was quite heavily manga influenced, so I had a lot of work colleagues and friends and stuff where we was all watching it and just really into it, so I was just trying to get as much as I could on it. And I was always drawn to the Guyver series, and as I say, I saw the Guyver 1, so there's 3 Guyver units all together in the whole series, and Guyver 1, the first one I saw in a poster, and I was like, my god, that just looks so cool, the design of it, so I've got to get my hands on one of those. And then the rest is history. I went and literally, they came out in 20-minute episodes. I think there was 12 videos, 12 data long in the UK release, and I picked one up every month, and they were like £5.99 or £6.99, so I went down to old Sam Goodies in Ashford in Kent with my little £6 and picked up, you know, whatever Guyver date was out, and I'd go home, watch it, and absolutely love it. But they never really did any sort of like action series or toys towards it as well. And I remember just driving my mum up the wall one year, just all I wanted was a Guyver toy. Guyver, 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 get a Guyver toy, get a Guyver toy. And I'd seen from one of the comic books I'd picked up randomly somewhere, there was like, Max Factory had done like some vinyl kits, so you know, you actually put them together yourself and glue them together and paint them, and I'd seen them. And oh my god, I just would not stop going on about it. And I remember my mum just put her hair out trying to find one for me, and eventually they got me one for my birthday and put it together, and absolutely loved it. I literally put him together, glued him, painted him, I think within the same week, and then it just kind of went on from there and there and there. So yeah, they did 2 movies for the Guyver series as well. There was Mutronics and Guyver the Dark Hero, so they're actually like feature films. Mutronics has got the great Mark Hamill in it, and the Guyver features in both of them as well, and the Zoinoids, which are the baddies that they fight against, are in them as well. They're really cool films. I definitely urge you to go and check them out. They're kind of like R-rated Power Rangers, so the monsters, obviously the budget was quite low, and the Guyver unit itself doesn't look as super impressive and can do all the things that it can in the animated series, because obviously, you know, the budgets and obviously drawing something is a lot easier to explain. But yeah, so yeah, definitely go and check those out. They're just a laugh, if anything. I mean, the Guyver the Dark Hero, it's really Power Rangers-y, right down to like the monsters kind of have their arms up by their side and kind of do the "ah," kind of "damn you Power Rangers" kind of thing. So yeah, that's really cool. So go and check them out as well. Okay guys, time for some Guyver education now. So enjoy this, it's just a quick rundown of all the TV series and stuff that Guyver's had released over the years. Enjoy!
Okay, so the first Bio Booster Armor comic series was written and illustrated by Yoshiki Takara and was originally serialised in another monthly magazine around 1985. When the mag was cancelled in 1997, it was picked up by again another publisher and re-released. It was then adapted to an AOV, which means original video animation, in 1986, and this was based on the original comic book series, the first kind of few publications of it. So the first AOV was called Guyver Out of Control, and I actually only watched it for the first time a couple of days ago, and the animation is very dated on it and drawn a lot differently in some aspects than the series that we originally got in the UK. The biggest change was that one of the Guyvers, the number 2 Guyver, was actually a lady in the original AOV. This was changed in the, I don't know why, in the UK version to a male, but some of the scenes that the female was shown in the original AOV series is a bit pervy actually, which never appeared in the UK release. So I found that was quite interesting, the way they decided to change all that. The violence in it is pretty bloody as well still, but like I said, the animation was really basic. You can download this and still watch it on YouTube. It's definitely, if you're a Guyver fan, you want to see how it started out and the original series, then it's definitely worth a watch. The Guyver then reappeared in a new 12-part series that the UK finally got and ran from 1989 to 1992. This is the series that I grew up with. Enjoy the intro.
Life, an infinite energy beyond scientific understanding. Now, this energy has been transformed into a new weapon.
Okay, so the basic story is that a test Zoidoid, that's those crazy monsters you see in the opening there, one of them steals 3 Guyver units from its headquarters, which is the Kronos Corporation. They're the baddies in it. He escapes with the 3 Guyver units. Kronos try and get the units back, and he detonates a bomb that blows himself up and scatters the 3 units across a small area of land. One of the units is found by Sho, who's like a school kid. The second one is found by Kronos and taken back to base, and the third one is found by a third-party character. That's pretty much the story. I mean, it does go into a little bit more depth here and there, but it basically shows just a school kid, and it's just about him learning how to use the Guyver and defend himself and his family, his friends, against Kronos. So as you can tell, the animation's a bit more impressive on this, and the main difference is that they've turned Guyver 2 back to a male from a female from the original one that they did, and they can also expand on the creatures, the baddies that the Guyver fights. And you love that cosplay there from the furry enzyme creature which appears during it, and they also introduced the Hyper Zoinoid Team 5, so yeah, like I said, they can build the characters up a lot more in this series. I absolutely watched these series to death and absolutely loved every single episode. The animation got a bit bad towards the end. Like I said, they perhaps ran out of budget or time constraints, but the first 6 were absolutely superb. There was no any toys around at this time here, but later on they released plenty of action figures, which you can see here in the glass cabinet, for a lot of the Zoinoids and the Guyvers. Brutal. So 1991 gave birth to a miracle in film with Mutronics. It was loosely based on the original Guyver series, and a guy called Sean Barker finds an alien unit and becomes the Guyver and is chased by the Kronos Corporation again. Jack Armstrong played the Guyver with Mark Hamill as his kind of sidekick helper, Max Reed. And they fight Zoinoids like they do in the original comic book series, except they look a lot more low budget, and there's one there that looks like Alf as well. The Guyver unit itself actually looks pretty cool, but it was a bit small again, but you know, they did 2 films like this with a follow-up, Guyver the Dark Hero. The follow-up was released in 1994 and it kept the same characters but changed the lead actor to David Hayter, who, for all you guys out there who know that name, did the voice for Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid series. The film again was, say, more Power Ranger-esque again, much of the same really. The Guyver unit looked pretty cool all round, and it had a crossover with the Zoinoid that actually becomes a Guyver as well and forms some sort of crazy beetle-like creature at the end. Great films, low budget, they're worth a laugh though to check out. There was the odd thing to collect coming out of these films, and this bus is a great representation. So then the Guyver took a little break, but he came back with a vengeance. In 2005 to 2006, by 80 films, 26 episodes based on the first 60 chapters of the comic book series, the up-to-date Guyver had arrived. Now, in my heart, I will always love the original 12-part series we got in the UK, but the animation on this was absolutely superb, really up-to-date, clean, crisp, and I say it built again on the characters as well. So Guyver 3, Guyver 2, Guyver 1, the Zoolords, everything. They really did expand on the story, even going so far as to seeing the upper echelons of Kronos, which you never really saw, the Zoolords, with the absolute top baddie himself, Arkenfell, in it. Loads of new Zoinoids, and it also introduced the evolution of the Guyver, where they become the Guyver Gigantics at the end of the last few episodes. So it was really cool to finally kind of get a bit of closure to the series I've been watching since I was a kid. It was this series as well that released the Biofighter Wars action figures, which are the really cool hyper-articulated figures that I'm going to review for you guys. They released a lot of Zoolords, a few Zoinoids here and there, and they did a mini figure collection as well, which I have, which I believe you've seen in my tote unboxing videos, and the actual baddies themselves. I've got to pick up loads of these still. They're very rare, like I said, and as I say, we'll get round to picking them up at some point. Will we see a new series of Guyver again return? Never say never. I hope so anyway. It'd be quality to see Guyver return again, and not in Toy Story 4.
So anyway guys, there's a quick rundown of the story, so I hope that kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's one of those things you've got to watch the whole series. You know, you think this is a massive comic book series spanning years, so to try and explain it all in about 2 seconds there is, it's pretty hard to do. But yeah, so the cartoon series, they're all available on YouTube now. And if you guys seen it already, they've started releasing new Guyver figures. So I've got the Figma Guyver, female Guyver 2 here, which is from the original anime that they did, Guyver Out of Control, before the cartoon series came over to the UK. So that's the first one from like the late 80s. So check out my review of her. I've done that already. That's up on my channel. And I'm just going to compare like the new Figma series towards the older figures I picked up. You know, good. I don't know. Yeah, good like kind of 9-10 years ago, perhaps. Yeah, the Guyver. See if there's a date on here at all. There's no dates on the boxes in Japanese. But yeah, so I've got these ones here. And saying they're very hard to get hold of now. You go on eBay, you're talking £100 plus for them. I mean, in some cases, Guyver 3, you can get, you know, £150, £200 for him. So I've opened them all up and had a look at them. So I'm going to, like, you know, re-see them again like I have done here, and then open up and do a review of for you guys on each one of them as well, my favourites and all the articulation, because they are really hyper articulated figures. They were kind of the first type of figure where I was like, wow, you know, these can really move and you can put them in every position, and they've got loads of accessories with them all. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to do 3 Guyver reviews and then compare them to the Figma Guyver series figure. But yeah, thanks for watching, anyone, guys. And as I say, we'll move straight on now and do the Guyver 1 review. Thanks for watching.